Welcome to Hunting with HECS.
Welcome to today's show. I'm your host, Mike Slinkard. This week we dive deep into the thought process of the wild turkey. What makes them hang up? What makes them spook? And what causes them to come strutting right into your setup? Today we start with Osceolas in Florida, work our way across the country.
Man, I can't believe the hunt we've had.
Big eastern gobblers in Wisconsin, and we'll finish with Miriam's turkeys up in Idaho. If you've ever scratched your head and wondered why a turkey didn't come in, then this episode is a must watch for you. So sit back, relax, and join us as we go hunting with HECS.
Closing the distance, calmer game, better shots, happier memories. It's what we all crave. It's what we all desire. It's what we all dream about. The close range, fair chase encounter with wild game is the essence of the hunting experience. Join us as we chronicle the evolution of concealment, testing skill, knowledge, technology, and equipment, becoming the ultimate close-range predator. Own the close-up experience here on Hunting with HECS.
If you were watching last week's episode, you saw Bill Epperts and his buddy Mike Ingold call a turkey that strutted for 45 minutes in full view of the guys along a chain link fence. The bird was convinced the area was safe, and he actually crossed the 7-foot-tall fence and strutted right in to within a few yards of Mike, who made a great shot. Now it's Bill's turn to put HECS to use. Bill and Mike split up the next morning, and Bill decides to set up on the edge of an open field where he knows some turkeys are in the area. It wasn't long before he had a good tom heading his way. This bird is a big, mature Osceola gobbler. It's seen all the setups and it's heard all the calling. But not only does he come to the setup, he comes running to the setup. Bill's in the open on the edge of a field only 15 yards away when this big bird struts right up to the decoys. Remember, Bill's self-filming this hunt, so he has to get away with a lot of movement. He's running the camera, he's moving his position to get ready to shoot. And he has to take his hand off the camera and raise his shotgun. Even with all this movement, as you can see, the bird has no reaction at all. There's your HECS effect once again. Keep in mind, Bill just shot. There's a turkey flopping around on the ground, and still this group of jakes comes in to Bill's setup. You know, this is the stuff we see over and over using HECS stealth screen. Turkeys just don't see the hunter as a threat, and they go about their business like he isn't even there.
You know, these HECS suits are amazing. You know, this bird was at the most, 15 yards. So, thanks to HECS Outdoors and these HECS suits, you get very, very close encounters and very, very productive.
Hunting with HECS is brought to you by Game Hide. Hunting wear is all we do. Tough Country. American values forged in steel. Rocky Mountain Hunting Calls and UC Hunting Properties. PSE Archery. Gold Tip, the toughest arrow you'll ever shoot. Ozonics, scent control that works. Trophy Taker and Spot Hog. And by HECS Stealth Screen, the evolution of concealment.
That was cool. Never ceased to amaze me when you come out with HECS, how close you can get. I got to the edge of the brush, I get any closer, I thought I'd go ahead and give it a shot. And I crawled through these sticker bushes here and got to the edge of the feed. And the big buck I was after stayed on the far side, but none of them ever spooked. I got up and actually stood and walked right towards them. And the last part of the herd, when I knelt back down, I don't know what it is about the HECS, but they see something, you're not invisible, but they're just curious. They're not afraid, and they came right to me. I just about could have stuck them with an arrow before they turned off and went back with the rest of the herd. It's a lot of fun. You need to get a set and get out there and try it.
If you order right now and enter the promo code PURSUIT, you'll save an instant $30 off your HECS suit. Next up, Wisconsin. Welcome back to Hunting with HECS. We're documenting the amazing benefits of wearing HECS Stealth Screen, and so far it's hunters 1 and turkeys 0. Now we catch up to Joe Ogden, who's hunting big gobblers on a farm in Wisconsin.
We've seen a lot of Joe Ogden and his buddy Jason Cleveland in past episodes of Hunting with HECS. They've had some incredible close encounters wearing their HECS suits. On this hunt, Joe set up on the edge of a big green field where the turkeys fly down in the morning. He knows from past experience just how well his HECS suit works, so he's just leaning against a tree on a fence line in full view, less than 10 yards from the decoys. Just after first light, the turkeys are in the field, and Joe patiently waits for his decoys to do the job. It wasn't long before Joe had the attention of this group of jakes. Even though Joe's basically in the wide open to these jakes, they walk right up to the decoy. Any experienced turkey hunter knows that when turkeys get in close, they quickly pick out anything unusual in their environment. Yet here we see it again. 5 wild turkeys less than 10 steps from Joe wearing his HECS suit. The big tom Joe's after is hanging out in the middle of the field, just watching. When he sees how calm the jakes are, it encourages him to make his way closer to Joe's position. Without a HECS on, Joe would have most likely been busted by those jakes when they were in his lap. But by wearing HECS, those birds stayed calm, and as a result, Joe is about to get a close-up encounter with the bird he was after. At less than 10 yards, Joe decides to drop the hammer on this big Wisconsin gobbler. Time and time again, we've shown you how HECS helps keep you undetected by all types of animals, birds, and even fish. Whether it's small game, deer, turkeys, or whatever, HECS helps keep you less detectable and allows you more opportunities to take that trophy animal that otherwise would have been unattainable.
We've had a great hunt up here with Travis in Wisconsin. A lot of turkeys, a lot of action. I probably should have killed one yesterday, but I held out, and I'm glad I did. This was a phenomenal hunt this morning. Turkeys were gobbling all around us, so get them in tight, man. It just excites me.
And now it's time for this week's HECS Close-Up.
This week's HECS Close-Up comes from Jim Walker from Burns, Oregon. And he's here with me today to tell you a little bit about his HECS experiences and predators.
I was very skeptical when I purchased this suit last year. And, you know, just wearing it one season of calling coyotes and bobcats, it's been a totally different experience. Coyotes, I've gotten away with so much more movement this season that it was just unbelievable. The way coyotes were in my lap, they'd act like they didn't even know I was even in the country, laying in what I call just yellow grass. That was my cover.
Well, that's good. So how many coyotes did you kill this year?
Got 125.
125 coyotes. So guys, that's a lot. You know, I know a lot of you guys out there have hunted coyotes, and you know how cagey they are. And I mean, these are desert coyotes too. This is in a wide open country. I don't know if any coyotes is any smarter any place in the country than these big desert coyotes that get hunted a lot. So that's quite an accomplishment, it really is. Well, thanks, Jim. I appreciate it, and appreciate you telling everybody about the HECS suit and your experiences. And that is this week's HECS Close-Up from Jim Walker, Burns, Oregon. Hunters across the country and around the world are raving about the experiences that they're seeing while using their HECS suits. You know, science has found that animals, birds, and fish are able to pick up on minor electrical changes in their electrical environment. A lot of the initial study was done on how birds, animals, and fish navigate. It's what really runs the internal compass. They're picking up that minor change in the Earth's electromagnetic field. Well, every living being also creates an electrical field that's very similar. Through heart rate and muscle movement, we're creating electrical fields that are traveling distance, and we now know that that's one of the ways when animals get in close, they know that they're close to another big living being. That's when the other senses go on alert and things get real tough if you're out there in the hunting woods. If you look closely at the fabric, you'll see a highly electrically conductive carbon yarn woven in a specific grid pattern. This electrically conductive carbon yarn is sized and shaped to block the electrical energy that's created by our body. By blocking these electrical fields, you're going to look more like an inanimate object than you ever thought possible. You know, visual camo and scent control is still important, but the HECS technology gives you an advantage that you've never had before. If you haven't experienced the HECS advantage for yourself, don't delay. Get a HECS suit on the way, because it's going to make a difference in your next hunt.
If you order right now and enter the promo code PURSUIT, you'll save an instant $30 off your HECS suit. As an added bonus, if you order right now, with each purchase of a complete HECS suit, you'll receive a certificate worth $250 off on a trip with Great Texas Hunts. There is plenty more HECS action coming up right after this quick word from our sponsors. Welcome back. Now we're swinging south to hook up with the guys from Team Dead On who are hunting their home state of Tennessee. These guys are responsible for some incredible footage they submitted for a HECS highlight a few months ago, where Jonas Stout decided to put HECS to the test to prove to himself that it really works.
On this first setup, we joined Team Dead On member Justin Latham as he tries to call a big eastern into range. Justin's in a blind on this hunt, but he's only 10 yards from the decoy and he's self-filming. Anyone who's ever self-filmed turkeys knows how extremely difficult it is to get away with all the movement required from running the camera and getting your bow or gun up before you get busted by a bird. As you can see by wearing HECS, Justin is able to get it done, and the turkey doesn't have a clue he's anywhere in the area.
Bird down, baby. Oh, God. Oh, baby. Oh, God. You know, HECS right there, this bird is at not even 10 yards, and he had no clue. I mean, it was just an awesome hunt.
Now Justin is joining up with Jonas Stout, who videoed that close encounter we showed you earlier. And it wasn't long before they had a big tom headed their way.
Man, I can't believe the hunt we've had.
Yeah, it's
You know, I really got to thank HECS, because right now we're about 20 yards, 15, 20 yards from this bird, and you seen he never had a clue we were here. And this is the same exact spot, same exact setup that I had my Jake in. You can actually still see around the decoy where that Jake circled it so many times the other day, and the same setup. I just wanted to prove to y'all that this is a real property. This isn't pretend birds, this isn't farm birds, this is a real property with real birds.
oh yeah, definitely.
We killed here last year,
Yeah,
killed here this year. Guys, freaking incredible.
yeah.
Well, there's no doubt that the Team Dead On guys are believers in HECS technology, and we expect to see more spectacular close encounters from them in the future. Don't you think it's time that you experience the HECS effect for yourself? Get your HECS suit on the way today, and you could be the one sending us the amazing HECS close encounters for a future episode of Hunting with HECS. Well, I'd like to take a second to talk about the HECS suit itself. First off, it's very lightweight and very breathable. Most people will wear it as an underlayer. However, you can wear it as an outer layer or anywhere in between. You're still going to get the benefit of the HECS technology. Also new for 2015, we have a few features. Number one, our head net features a drawstring so you can customize it to fit any hunting situation. Also, we have an embroidered logo, surge stitching, thumb holes, so it's easy to get on underneath. Due to customer request, we have added a fly to this year's pants. We also have the drawstring. The pants are cut kind of like sweatpants, so they're very adjustable. When you order your HECS suit, you're going to want to order it by your t-shirt size. So for instance, if you wear an extra large t-shirt, that's the size you're going to want to order in your whole suit. We did a lot of research and we've had very good luck with our sizing that way. So your HECS suit package contains 3 pieces, the shirt, pant, and the head cover. But new for 2015 and sold separately are our HECS 6-pocket pants. We're really excited about these. They're a cotton-based 6-pocket pants with the HECS technology woven right in. So if you want a pant that's a little heavier and that kind of thing, 6-pocket pant is going to be the way to go. Also, we have our HECS gloves. They're very stretchy, one-size-fits-all glove for use in any kind of situation, whether they're a liner glove or all by themselves. And also, we have our HECS ball cap. These have been very popular. They're made out of the HECS material, real lightweight, real breathable. Of course, has a nice HECS logo. If you haven't yet tried the HECS technology, you need to get one on the way today. The new features of the suit are super nice, and I know you're going to like it. If you have already got a HECS suit and you've seen the technology in action, try the 6-pocket pants, the gloves, and the hat. They're great accessories to add to your HECS ensemble. So don't delay. There's no time like right now to get a HECS suit on the way, and you'll start seeing the HECS advantage for yourself.
If you order right now and enter the promo code PURSUED, you'll save an instant $30 off your HECS suit. As an added bonus, if you order right now, with each purchase of a complete HECS suit, you'll receive a certificate worth $250 off on a trip with Great Texas Hunts. Stick around, we'll be back, and when we do, we're headed to the mountains of Idaho to try our luck on Merriam's. Welcome back to Hunting with HECS. So far, the turkeys have fallen one after the other to the HECS technology. We've seen it in action on Osceolas in Florida and Easterns in Wisconsin and Tennessee. But now it's time to see how it does with the turkey's western cousin, the Merriam.
Got my HECS on. You know, I'm in a blind with my bow. And I gotta have every advantage I can possibly think of when I'm hunting by myself, videoing by myself. So I got the HECS on to knock down everything that will make those birds know I'm in the blind. It conceals me a lot better.
Since Rocky's self-filming this hunt, he's carrying his bow, his blind, his camera gear, and he doesn't have any decoys to set out. Instead, he's relying on his Rocky Mountain strutter box call to get him in close enough for a shot. A few minutes later, 2 nice toms show up on the edge of the clearing. Well, as Rocky's moving these birds in closer, some deer move into the area. They can tell the blind's new, but without sensing Rocky's electrical field, they quickly dismiss it and go back to feeding. Like we said earlier, Rocky's self-filming, so he's moving around inside the blind, repositioning the camera, even moving his chair to get into position to shoot the birds as they're coming in. Even when he makes some noise and catches the deer's attention, they simply look at him for a couple seconds and go back to feeding. Here we see Rocky actually bump the camera with his bow inside the tight quarters of the blind. Both the deer and the turkeys are looking right at him and see the movement, but still there's no reaction. Well, that was a clean miss, but amazingly, the deer as well as both toms just stand around unsure of what just happened. As you can see, HECS made all the difference in the success of this hunt. Even after the miss, nothing spooked and ran. With no electrical energy to alert them of the presence of the predator, the arrow that missed and the movement in the blind may as well have been branches moving in the wind. When have you ever been within a few yards of turkey or deer, draw your bow, miss, and get another shot without any reaction from the animals? They don't move away. This is where HECS technology really shines and allows you to get away with much more than you ever thought possible.
The old HECS suit did it again. All that movement I had in the blind, trying to run the cameras by myself. And after the shot went off, they still stuck around. I was able to get a bird. But you can't go wrong using the HECS. It's a great advantage.
HECS technology is changing the way hunters pursue their game nationwide and around the world. You know, it's scientifically known that animals have the ability to pick up very minor changes in their electrical environment. As hunters, we've all seen this. When a big animal gets in close, it's usually not very long, and he knows that there's something in his environment that he needs to check out. Birds actually see these fields visually. When there's an electrical field associated with movement, they know that they're looking at something that's alive, and one of the things that they really need to pay attention to. Inanimate objects such as branches and grass that are blowing on the wind don't have an electrical field, and that's one of the reasons why a turkey or waterfowl can pick up your movement even when there's all kinds of movement going on around it. By blocking these fields, when animals get in close, you're going to be able to get away with a little more movement, and you're going to be less detectable than you ever have been before. If you haven't seen the HECS technology in action for yourself, go online to HECSLLC.com, click on the dealer page, and you can see the dealer nearest you. Or call us at 541-575-HECS. That's 541-575-4327. We look forward to getting a suit to you and also to hearing your great HECS experiences. Join the tens of thousands of hunters out there who know the HECS advantage. Call us today. We look forward to hearing from you.
If you order right now and enter the promo code PURSUIT, you'll save an instant $30 off your HECS suit. As an added bonus, if you order right now, with each purchase of a complete HECS suit, you'll receive a certificate worth $250 off on a trip with Great Texas Hunts.
We've shown you some pretty amazing hunts in this episode, and was all provided by HECS customers who know the HECS suits help them to stay undetected when birds get in close. Time and time again, you saw HECS allows the hunters to remain undetected by other animals and birds only a few yards away. Normally, these would have been hunts busted, but by remaining undetected, they had time to wait for bigger birds to get within range. These stories aren't the exception. They're the normal stories we hear every day from HECS customers around the world. I encourage you to make the call or go online today and get the unprecedented HECS advantage for yourself. In the meantime, HECS users will be out there pushing the limits, and we'll keep bringing it to you every week, right here on Hunting with HECS.
Closed captioning is provided by Connected Field, Scout, Plan, Connect. If you have a great HECS encounter that you'd like to share with us, please contact us through our website. If we use it on the air, you'll be entered to win a hunt with Great Texas Hunts. As an added bonus, with each HECS purchase, you'll receive a certificate worth $250 off on a trip with Great Texas Hunts. Get those pictures and video coming, and you could be the lucky winner of this great hunt. You can find out more on our website at HECSLLC.com.